Well, I just realized something. Let me... Well, hello there, Magic Monsters. Welcome to the stream. I just realized I hadn't switched my audio thing over to the audio thing I need to switch it to in order to make everything work as I think it's working. With the nice music in the background and my voice in the foreground and all that nice stuff. Welcome to the stream. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to call your mother. Unless you don't want to, then don't. And go to the infinitypbr.com website. Click See All Assets. Did you know that there are flash deals coming up? Let's see. Here's one. In just 14 hours. No. Yeah. 14 hours from now. That's tomorrow morning. I should send out an email. Reminder to me, get an email written that I can send out. Don't forget, because Game Modules 4, which is the best game modules, is going to be 70% off. Now, if you don't, it's worth $80. It's worth more than $80. Let's be honest. Can we be honest? Are we close enough to be honest with each other? It's worth more than $80 because it will help you out so much, and it has so much going on. But if you think it's not worth $80, then perhaps it's worth just 30% of that. $24, if my math is correct. Holy shit, $24 for all of this? I hope there will be a lot of new people in the Discord soon. And by the way, next week I'm going to be MIA because of GDC. So IRL... I will be LOL in, I don't know. So, go to the asset store and check those out. Every once in a while, I like to look in and see what's new. Hey, look, here's a Synty Studios thing. Speaking of Synty Studios, we're going to be working on some of their particles today. That's neat. And I'm just looking to see what's popular. Screen Space God Rays. Here's the problem with these character packs. It's just me talking. Well, this one seems fine. It's fine. But there's so many character packs that it's clear they're just made with like a character creator software. And the problem with that is they don't generally have the rights to sell those, which means you generally don't have the rights to actually buy them and use them. And that's a problem. Synty Studios Sci-Fi Soldier HUD heads-up display. They should check out the North Star navigation system because North Star navigation will work with these, I'm sure. So I asked and received a Unity package from Synty Studios. Release date, publish date, not release date. And so last night I had to go to bed early. I've been trying to fall asleep, and I fell asleep, but then I woke up at 4:30 in the morning, so that's annoying. This one person has released a whole bunch of stuff in a very short period of time. From Russia, ArtStation. Is this a real person? Maybe. All right. Well, best of luck. And so I was setting up the Synty stuff. Then I had to go to bed, but I was setting it up because I want to use it. So let's see what we got here going on. Let me show you before I move on to the Synty stuff. Let me show you what I had with the other stuff because as I'm developing Projectile Factory, not Projectile Power anymore. Now it's Projectile Factory. Who knows if it'll change again. As I'm working on it, making it better, I am integrating third-party content. And, of course, you would need this Arcanor's sci-fi effects to make this work, but we'll make it big. But if you did, then all you'd have to do is throw an object onto your character. steps and stuff. And then you too could have this wonderful thing working. Look at those projectiles. And then these projectiles. And look, it even does damage. This is a demo showing that you can know when it hits and do damage on characters, on enemies. Oh, those ones are also. The whole thing about Projectile Factory is you can customize the behavior of projectiles. So, you know, there's a movement behavior called move forward that does exactly that. There's another movement behavior that says home in on target, and it will find the target and then home in on it. Now, these ones are circling around it because they have a maximum turning range, but there they found the target. So you just have to change one behavior and suddenly everything changes. It's really neat. Here's a little laser ray thing. This one's fun. So this one is shooting 3 in a row, and that's because it has a spawn behavior that's doing 1, 2, 3 with a small delay and an angle of firing and the order of firing set. So now it's shooting 3 in a row, just like that. All magical. This one has that many in a row, and it's doing a slightly chaotic launch. Again, just a slightly different spawn behavior. Change that spawn behavior and you can have a completely different experience. All you have to do is change one thing and it's all switched out. This one, I like this one. It's very chaos. Oh, and my favorite is coming up. This one's fun too. It's got gravity, so it's going up and then lobbing down. This one, check this one out. See that? This one attaches to things and causes like a gravity well effect and sucks things in. And it's also homes in on the target too. So this is a fun one. That's fun, right? That's really cool. That's not in the particle package, but with Projectile Factory, you can make that happen with just a few behaviors. And this one's fun too. I like this one. Very big explosion. It's slow moving, but it also will home in on targets. If you shoot one off to the side here and it doesn't hit anything, then after a little bit, it will start looking for a target. Again, it's just a behavior you can set up to do that. How long of a delay, all that stuff, the speed of it, all that stuff is something you can manage yourself. Let's see if we can free this guy from this pile of debris by exploding the debris. This one's fun too, this little ring one. So, anyways, this is the Arcanor Sci-Fi Arsenal package. Now, this publisher was also kind enough to send me a few vouchers for other packs from there, so I'm gonna add some of the other packs from them as well, because why not? This one's fun. Look, it's really fast, and they home in on the targets. So you just spray and pray, right? And then this one, classic. And then this is the first one, also classic. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. There we go. Hit that, hit that. Look at all those points go up. Yeah. Anyways, so that's that one. I've got others. And by the way, all that camera shaking, some of the particle packs have camera shake built in, which is fine. But I was like, well, that's cool, but that's not universal. People want universal things. And so the Projectile Factory now has a thing called the Factory Manager. In fact, I was on a walk earlier, and it's currently called the Projectile Factory Manager. But I'm just going to change it to Factory Manager. And what's the Factory Manager? Well, the Factory Manager is a static class, so you don't even have to put in the scene. It just works. And why'd everything disappear? Okay. Oh, that's a suggestion. Yeah, and basically, every single particle has the choice. It doesn't have to. You can always set it to not, or projectile rather. So every projectile here, if we look at one of these bullets, look at the blue bullet, which is the one that's in the scene. It's got a projectile class on it, and it has this object, this option somewhere. I think it does it not? Register with Projectile Factory Manager. And you can turn that off, and it won't register. But otherwise, by default, they register with the manager. And basically, it means that every single time a projectile does anything, its events, the factory manager is notified. What does the factory manager do? It just takes that in and spits it right back out. So that means any other object in your scene can subscribe to the events on the factory manager and then do something. So in this case, when we talk about this camera and the camera shake feature, the camera shake on projectile collision is a global observer. A global observer is just a mono behavior that will automatically subscribe and unsubscribe to the factory manager. It doesn't do anything else. I've got debug here. Let's do that. It doesn't do anything else. It just subscribes and unsubscribes. So that means your class can inherit from global observer, and now your class is a global observer. So the camera shake on projectile collision is a global observer, and it's basically doing this collision enter. Whenever this gets called, and it gets called by the factory manager, then it shakes the camera. And that's that. So it's just one source of truth for all these activities that are going on. The camera shake also has a distance modifier. That's why it shakes a little less when the hit is further away, and a lot closer, more when the hit's closer to the camera. So it's a little bit more pleasing, I think. So that's fun, right? That's real fun. Okay, we're having fun here. We're having lots of fun. Are you having fun? If you're not, check this out. Wait. Oh, now we're having fun. It's all the way back there. The wire is all the way back there, so I can't put it here or something because I need a longer cord. Anyways, we're having fun here. And so let's look at this. Should I look at the Synty or should we look at another one real quick? We have the Realistic Effects Pack one. Did you want to see that one? For this one, it looks different. I went through a few iterations, but I decided to use the same demo scene. I just expanded it a whole bunch. So now we have this. How come my camera's not moving? What did I do? Oh, did I change things? I probably changed things. Did I change my move between? Whoops. Did I mess up my move between points? I think I did. Yeah, I lost my points. Damn it. Well, I should have saved a prefab variant, but I didn't. So now we'll just do this. And this is, we're friends here, right? I think. All right, let's just, there we go. We'll just keep it right there and have at it. So this one's a slightly different setup because the projectiles and realistic effects. Oh, good. I'm glad you have fun, Moonhaven. Realistic effects pack 4 are set up very different than what you're often used to. I added all these other things so you can see the force speeds. I add a force script to everything just because it's fun. So these are set up very differently, but they work all the same with the system. It's just there is more going on. I had to do a custom script to do these hand things and stuff. It's much better than the way, I'll be honest, than the way they set it up, because the way they set it up is you have to do tons of work in order to make it work with your system. It's just the way they have it set up. But this way makes it a lot easier. And if you're using Projectile Factory, then it will be a lot easier to integrate any of these packages into your project. Even if it's a package I don't have an integration for, it's not that difficult. Once you understand how they set up their package, just convert everything to work with it, and then you can mix and match and add on all the cool behaviors and do other things. So all of these can be behaviorized. It's just the way with the whole human throwing a thing, it's a little bit more difficult to make the human throw things in magical different ways when as it is from a barrel of a gun, you know. But we've got all these different projectiles, lots of force going on this way. Things are falling down, yeah, some of them are cooler than others. I think the package, everyone likes the package. It's really cool, but it's certainly unique, I think is a good word. And this one needs to be fixed. I need to adjust that one. That one's all bloody. That one's kind of, in their demo scene, In their demo scene, they have a human show up, but it's really just on the position. It's not like interacting with the human at all, really. There's another one that I need to set up a custom script for. But that one's fun. And I also changed my project force code. So, I mean, I need to update some of them. Oh, well, that one makes everything disappear, including the target. Oh, I shouldn't keep doing that one. Anyways, so there's a whole bunch. And there's two other ones. I have the Forge 3D done. Again, I need to go back and make sure, as I change things, make sure that everything is set up. This one has 2 barrels, so it's not difficult to do 2 barrels or 5 barrels or 30 barrels. I mean, you could have one projectile spawner that projects. Oh, their movement's really slow. I need to fix that too. That projects projectiles from like a bunch of different towers. It doesn't really matter whether it's one object or a bunch. You can have as many spawners as you want, or as many barrels as you want from one projectile. So this is one that has built-in camera shaking. I might disable it and use my own, but it's built into their package. Just has it. So it looks for. There's a script that looks for the camera and tries to shake it. So yeah, I need to update these the force code on these. But basically, it's nice. It's fun. It's good. That was a weird one. What happened there? Something's going on there. I'll have to check that one out. That's not normal. Haven't seen that before. So, anyways, there's that. And the last one I'll show you before we get to the Synty Studios one is the Cartoon FX Remastered, which is fun as well. I think do I need to add camera? Nope, they have their own camera shake as well. So these are much more cartoony particles, as you can see. Oh, this one's weird. This one's supposed to be a flamethrower. Oh, no, it's not. It's a rocket. It just has really thick tails. All right. Much more cartoony effects. Very cool. Very fun. Ah, here's the flamethrower. Yeah, simple. I made this one from their stuff. So the Synty one, I'm going to do a lot of this stuff where I just bring some of their particles together and make a brand new thing out of it. Because like the Synty one, this one has a lot of, they're not all projectile particles. There's a lot of other particles. And so this one was actually a ring particle. And I put 3 of them together to make this, or 4 of them together to make this sort of spherical thing. I think it looks pretty cool, if I do say so myself. And I do. This one is just shooting out these little blobs of fire. I wanted to make use of the explosion of the ground. I just liked it, so I wanted to make use of it. So I did that. This one's fun. Giant little exploding thing. Oh, it looks like it also sucks things in it. Or maybe I just need to update the force either way. Oh, this one's big. Big explosions. Oh my gosh. Oh, this one's homing. That's why. Yeah. All right. So that's chaotic. A little ray. Another ray. What is this one? Another ray. That's weird. This ray is also off to the side. Interesting. Oh, these are the same ones from the other package. That's why. I have to go through and update this, I think. Or maybe not. I forget. Oh, yeah. I think I do. Anyways, now it's chaotic, so we're going to stop that. And go to the Synty scene. Do I have a Synty scene yet? I don't remember if I built one last night. Synty scene, none. Okay. So what are we going to copy? We are going to copy the cartoon effects one, I suppose. Polygon particle FX. We'll name it that. Move it to the right locale. Open it up. I don't know why I keep making versions of these. Polygon particle FX. But I do, for some reason, and then I don't do anything with them. And then I know that if I change any of the prefabs, I'm going to screw myself. So I keep making prefabs of these, even though I don't have to. I'm going to have to clean this all up later. Anyways, so we've got our little shooter character, cartoon demo actor. We're going to call this polygon particle effects actor. We're going to use effects instead of effects. All right. Now what? Now we have to look at the particles. So what did I do? The Synty demo scene, I deleted everything I didn't want to use. Figuring I can always reinstall it, right? All right, so I've got all my things here. Phone, look at my face. All right. So, yeah, so I say I put these into different buckets where I think I want them to be. And I've already added some stuff to them. So the muzzles all have the destroy on it because they're going to be instantiated and we want them to destroy, which is really either put them back in the pool or destroy them depending on your settings. So I have that set. On the impacts, I have that set and some force set as well. I think I set the force to where I think they might need to be, but we'll have to test it. So I've got all these, and I think, did I save them as prefabs? Wrong folder, Synty. Yes, so I saved these as prefabs. I used a custom script that I wrote in order to create these objects from them. So I've got a particle factory spawn modifications and collision behaviors already to go for those. But I don't have projectiles yet. Got a bunch of different particles in order to combine new things into new ones. So really neat there. Now let's look at the projectiles. What did I do to these? Did I do anything? No. I think I just basically looked at them and said, okay, these are the projectiles I'm going to go with. I might create a couple more, but these are what I'm going to go with. And I made this ammo shot one. I figure it was a shame that they didn't separate this into one, just one bullet, right? Because now you have to use three, and all of their shoots are entirely particle based. There's no physical mesh with any of their shots, it seems like. So a little bit of a shame there, but that's okay. We'll make a cool projectile that has 3 bullets all at once. No big deal. We're going to do a grenade that can be lobbed. And then this giant, or this small little rock. And then this giant, the meteor. I made this meteor. It's one of their shards, but on the side it looks like a meteor. So I made it a meteor. So that's what we're going to do. So we got all of these. What do they need? They need a projectile. Projectile. Basic projectile. They're a basic projectile. They're so basic. Currently, they've got nothing on them. So we're going to set this up. And this is how you set one up. It's very easy from scratch. You can copy paste from another thing. That's even easier. But we're going to set these up. So we're going to make them moderately fast at 40. We'll customize those as we go along. Spawn behavior. We will say machine gun. That's fun. It's just you hold down the mouse button until you stop. That's fun. Everyone likes a machine gun. Spawn behavior modifications. Well, for this one, I don't know yet, but we're going to have something. It's going to be one of these ones, the polygon particle ones. I don't know which one, though. So I might make custom ones for these, because if we look at this glow spot, what's going on? Let's turn all these other ones off. All these other things off so we can actually see what we're looking at. So that's what this looks like. So I don't know, but we're going to choose sparks, and we can always change it later. Sparks 1 seems fine. And then behaviors. Well, we need some basic ones. We'll say move forward is a very common one. I think I need to make a helper script that does a lot of the most common selections. So move forward. We're going to say destroy on collision. right away. So destroy on trigger or collision, no delay. We are going to register collision mask is going to be, nope, not everything, is going to be default and actors. And although I think the projector will make that. Let me see. Is that right? Am I saying truthful things or am I lying to you all? Not on purpose, but on accident. Where's one? Where am I looking at? Imagine games, demos, materials, playground, store integrations. There we go. Projectiles. Does this one have? No, they're set there. So I want to check on that. I might need to update that mental note to come back and check because I'm pretty sure I want these to be able to inherit the from the projector as an option. You can override it, of course, but as an option, just in case your particles in your game are like, oh, these particles can attack the player, but they can't attack enemies, and these can attack enemies, but not the player. Right now, the enemies and the player are all actors, so every once in a while you'll see that the homing missile will hit the player because they're all actors, and it's just looking for an actor as a target, and it's not differentiating between. Your game might want to differentiate. All right, so we are going to move forward at 40 speed, machine gun pattern, and trigger, destroy on trigger or away. And we're going to spawn something too, because we want explosions. So spawn, destroy on no, what's it called? I thought it was called spawn. Create maybe? No. What did I call it? We need a, what did I call it? I might have to name it something more obvious. If I didn't name it something obvious, I should name it something obvious. What is it? Oh, I'm just naming them things. I see. Yes. I forgot. I'm naming them the things they are. So there's rather than saying spawn. So that's the issue there. So go glow spot. Particle effects is polygon. So one of these. Which one? I just don't know. We'll say fireworks for this because that looks like something that could be fireworks. And that's that. That's all we need to do for that. We don't have to do anything else. I still need to redo the trajectories, but that's all we have to do. And then I'm going to copy this, and we're just going to paste it to all of them. That's that. The other thing we need to do is add rigid bodies. And we don't need colliders for all of them. Oh, speaking of, we do need one more thing. So some of them we do need colliders. For these three, we're going to need a collider for this one, collider, this one. I mean, it really depends on how fast they're going on whether they need a collider or not. So instead, what I'm going to say for all of them, we're just going to add a raycast hit detector. Shoots a ray forward and does the collision if it gets something back. So we might change some of them out, but that will work just fine. Raycast hit detectors are better for fast-moving objects for sure. All right, so now let's make these prefabs in our projectiles folder. All original prefabs. All right. And of course, none of these will actually work unless you have their package because all the materials and textures and meshes are in their package. And those won't be in this package. You'll just get empty shells of content you can't do shit with. All right, and now let's go back to our scene and don't save. Oh, I should have saved. I don't know if I should have saved. Who knows? Doesn't matter. Now let's replace some of these. We have our actor here, and our actor has our projectiles. There we go. Our projectile spawner. Yeah, so I think the spawner is going to need a layer mask that the projectiles it spawns can inherit from. that makes sense. I'll do that another time, but it makes a lot of sense to do that. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm dog fooding it and finding all these things where I'm like, oh yeah, that makes more sense. Should have done that. And I do it so that, you know. All right, let's start with the glow spots since those were the first ones that we did. We're going to do all 3 of them. And then we're going to try these, and we'll just go through. I'm just going to add all of these pretty much, and we'll adjust them as we need to adjust them, because I'm sure they will not all look great right away, but they might look cool right away. Flamethrower, laser beams, those all have to be set slightly different because of what they are. They're not projectiles per se. They are, but they project laser beams. Same with these shard ones, not to be confused with shart ones. They have special needs. So we'll just set those all up. We'll save, we'll press play, and see what happens. All right, so there's our first one. So now you can see, okay, where are we seeing? We're seeing the muzzle, we're seeing the particle itself, we're seeing that it's got gravity, that's why it's falling down. We're seeing that it has some force applied on collision, it's colliding. We might want to adjust this muzzle. It seems like a little bit too much of a spark. I want to turn off the gravity, but we are able to hit the bad guys, so that's cool. Oh, there he goes. Okay, let's next one. Here's the second one. Let me turn the gravity off on all these. That's going to annoy me for now. Some of them might end up getting gravity, but in general, and while we are here, I'm going to find this one here. This is using FX Sparks. This is perhaps a little bit too big and a little bit too long of a lifetime. So we'll just do that. All right, press play again. There we go. The lifetime's still a little bit too long. We can fix that. So now they go out and off into the distance so we can see more of these. This one needs a rotation, doesn't it? Those things need to rotate, but it's projecting. Whoa, way too much of a force applied, but that's cool. Here's this one. Here's the grenades. So the grenades are going to have to be different. We're going to make those lob. Of course, we're going to use a different muzzle as well. That's the grenade one. Which one's this? Oh, this is the bullet one, the 3-bullet one. That's the grenade. This is the little rock on the prairie. This is the big giant meteor. This one's going to be a slow moving one, and we're going to make it grow over time, but it collides with things. What is this one? This looks like a fireball. You saw how easy it was to set these up, right? Oh, this is the flamethrower. We need to adjust that. This looks like what is this, a small fireball? I don't know. That could be one of the lasers for all I know. Yeah, this looks like a laser. Ooh, we're going to make this one, that spawns, this is crazy, but we're going to make this one suck things in. Another laser one. Cool little rainbow bubble things. This is one of their spawner things. So these all have something special. I'm not sure yet how we'll do that, but and then this is the last one. So this is that sort of boomerang like one. So, but there you go. So that's the basic setup. Now we get to customize everything. Hey, Corey. Exterminate. Exterminate. Yes. So the setup is really easy. The actual creation of them is pretty easy. And then once you've got those, you just have to customize it. You know, it's all about just fiddling. And then, of course, if you ever need to do a new thing, just write your own script. It's very easy. Ace is the place to get the world's best frozen pies. Did you know? Did you know that Ace Hardware here in the United States of America, I don't know if this is all Ace Hardwares, by the way, or just the one near my mom's house, but they sell pies, frozen pies, and they are damn good frozen pies. Did you know that? Now you do. Now you do. Is it bad if I just ask ChatGPT about that? Do you know if all Ace Hardware stores sell frozen pies? It might be bad for the environment for me to have just asked that. No. The Pinole one. ChatGPT says they don't all sell pies. May need to call. So now you know. So not all of them, but they were damn good. Anyway, so what are we doing? Customization. So first one we'll customize is the first one we had, which was the glow spot 1. So we're going to go to our muzzles and go to our sparks, and we're going to duplicate this and call this glow spot 1 muzzle. And then inside, yeah. And then we're going to change this color to be yellow because it was yellow. I'm going to make this 0.2 so it's fast, very snappy and fast. And 0.2 so it's even more snappy and fast. And then since we got the particle, but we need the behavior because it's the behavior that actually gets the particle to appear. So that's our spawn behavior. And it doesn't matter which one we do, so I'm just going to do this one. We call it glow spot 1. Glow spot 1. And that's where we're going to put that here, right here. Polygon glow spot 1 muzzle. So now we go back to our projectile, glow spot 1, not particles, project. Wait a minute. Oh, yes. That has its own particle system on it, of course. We go back to our projector here, and instead of FX sparks, we do glow spot 1. Where is it? And I should have called that one muzzle as well to make it clear that it's a muzzle. If I had done, I've got a fancy tool. You can just right click on any of these, go to Projectile Factory, and there's shortcuts, and it will create the most common objects. Like these two are just create on spawn position is just a very common one, and spawn on impact also extremely common. So I'm just kind of putting that script in. It'll just magically make it for you and set everything up. So that's nice. So now press play. See our change. All right, so the sparks are better. They're still blue though, so let's go back and look at that. Or the muzzle's blue, and it lasts for too long. So we gotta look at all of the muzzle things, not just the sparks, I guess. The projectile itself is cool. It's just a simple thing. The force is too much, and the maybe the explosion can be smaller. So let's do all those. Let's look at the muzzle first. We'll load up this prefab. So we did that. We didn't change these. This is the reason why. Make that very fast. Make it last only that long. Sparks, same thing, 0.2. We're not fooling around here. It's gonna last 0.2. So we're not fooling around. These are gonna be fired real fast. We don't need it to last a long time. All right, so that should be there. And now the other thing is the force is on the collision. So right now we're doing this fireworks. So we're gonna change this to be what was it called again? Shoot, I forgot the name of it. It's called glow spot 1. So we're going to call this glow spot 1. And collision or impact. Now, oftentimes, the particle packages are set up as projectiles. And so it's much easier to be like, oh, they already have the muzzle, the impact, and the projectile together. So I just have to copy them over. For this one, they didn't have it set up like that, which is fine because it's fun to make your own. But it does mean that we have to make versions of these to customize them. And we could customize the main one, but it's better just to leave it and make your own version, so you don't destroy the data necessarily. So for this one, we need it to be a little 3's fine. It's just the speed here, maybe a little 4 to 5. Cut that down in half. That should be really all we need for the most part. We'll make this more yellow, I suppose. And yeah, we'll keep it at that. And then go to our collision behavior, glow spot 1. We need to change to glow spot 1. And again, I should have named that impact, so it's easier to see in the list. And so when we go back to our glow spot 1 projectile, like the others, we have the fireworks here. Just change this to a different behavior, and all of a sudden, everything is magically updated, and now we have a different behavior. Oh, but I did forget something. I think the lifetime is still too long on those. I like the sparks a little bit better. I didn't change the color. Is that okay? I think it's probably okay. But we didn't change the force, so we can go our collision. This is going to be this is actually going to be on the impact particle. So it's on here. We have this nice script, the project force, and you can choose what kind of force to project and all that. And this one, let's make it a little bit less. So make it a force of 5, but right now the area is a little bit too big, so we'll make the area down to 3. It's an impulse, so it'll happen just once. You could click this and multiply it by the duration. That would cut it in half, but my understanding of the differences between force is like constant. So if we had 5 force at half a second, it would get a total of 2.5. If you have it for 2 seconds, we get a total of 10 force, whatever that value is, or whatever that is. But if you do this on the impulse, it would get all of it at once. Otherwise, it would just get 5, just one frame, and then that's that. So it's going to be in all directions, not just one direction, and then that's that. And then I think this is probably, this could be, the smoke is fine. The trail, we're not even using that, so I'm just going to turn it off. Is this one also over distance? No, it's just that. Okay. This one also has gravity going on or something. Gravity, yeah, there you go. So I'm going to put 0 gravity. I don't want it to fall down. I want it to just, whoops, wrong button. I meant to press this button. And I want it to just explode in all directions rather than fall down. All right. And, ooh, look at that. It is much smaller now. It also looks like it's only doing smoke, right? I don't see any other things. What did I change? I didn't change too much, did I? Restart. Oh, it does do its thing, but what did I... Is this the thing that I turned this off? Was that the big thing? Was most of this just trails? It was. Oh, each little thing has a trail. Got it. All right. Well, let's handle this then. Make the size smaller all around. Where's our lifetime? There we go. 0.3. Restart. It's still a little fast, I think. So start speed. It's only that. So what are we doing? Limit velocity, size, rotation, shape. I guess if it's a trail, then it's this that is the speed. So So where's our speed here? All right, 4 to 5. We'll say 2 to 3 and restart. All right, that'll work. I'm fine with that, I think. Save that. Press play. All right, there we go. So now I'm enjoying that. Are you enjoying that? How's the force? It's a little too much force, isn't it? Still too much force? Still too much force. All right. Still too much force. I think the area radius is the biggest issue there. We're also doing it in all circles, so that, you know, if it was a bullet, you'd want it to be forward in impact, but this one it's exploding, so, you know, that's a little bit better. It's still a very forceful thing, but, you know, it always can be lowered. What did my mom say? Oh, my mom's friend has breast cancer. That's a shame. All right. Next one. So that's fine. Next one is going to be another one very similar. Glow spot 2. I did make these all different sizes because I wanted them to be different. So I don't know which explosion I want to use for these. I can't remember which one's which. That's fireworks. Ooh, body bloody. Maybe we won't use that one. Ooh, this one might work for that one. Okay, we're going to do this one, but I'm going to call it glow shot or glow spot 2 impact. Open it up. Impulse, no, we'll make it force of 5 over 3, 4 over 3, 4 over 2.5 maybe. And then, let's see. If I remember correctly, the thing was blue. So this says fire. Implies that, yeah, they got fire here. So we're just going to change this to be blue to match the blue sphere. And for some shits and giggles, we'll make a little pink one as well. That changes colors in a blue and pink mood, I guess. And then the sparks, what do we got here? Color over lifetime. They are also that. I'm just going to use this one that I have built in already from years ago. And then the glow spot 2, color over lifetime is just white. So let's just go with that. So now we need to get our collision behavior. We'll copy this. Make it glow spot 2 impact. And glow spot 2 impact. And now we need the muzzle. What are our muzzle options? These cartoony ones I wanted to test out. This seems more like for gunpowder. But this one was interesting. It's this, I mean, that, but what if we angled it, right? So what I'm going to do is create a new empty object, particle, and we're going to copy the particle system and paste it here instead, and then delete it from the parent. And then let's rotate this, and I think that would work. Oops. And then perfect. So now if it's facing, let's make sure where's forward is forward where it is. Nope, forward's that way. Oops. So we want the particle to now be rotated this way as well. Is that too much? It's too much. And then when we restart, it should go out in a circle. Whoops. And well, that's fine. I'll save it. But we're going to call this, I already adjusted it, so that's fine. Glow glow spot to muzzle. I've been trying to be very, very explicit with the names because there are so many, just to make it easier to find things. I think that's important. Name length doesn't really matter in the end. So this is spawn behavior. We're going to copy this one, make it glow spot to muzzle. And of course, we need to select the right muzzle there. And then in our projectile itself, we're going to glow spot to and select glow spot to muzzle and glow spot to impact. Now, I'm going to change the behavior a little bit. We have move forward right now, but let's do a different one instead. We're going to do the home in on target with a delay of 0.6 seconds. That way it shoots out for just over half a second before going in towards the target. And because of that, we can delete the move forward. And then we can add another one called find a new target. And so this will in 5 seconds find a new target. So if it's having issues finding its target or the target disappears, it'll find a new target. And it'll do that after 5 seconds. It'll do it within a 50-meter range, and it's got 50 attempts. Now, this is a scriptable object. You can create your own version of this just by right-clicking, create what will be particle projectile factory, and then you can create all these different ones here. There's tons of behaviors all ready to go, and then once you create it, you can customize the specifics of it. So you can customize them, copy one, make a new version, all that stuff. So with that done, let's press play and see it. All right, so there it goes, and it found a target. Maybe we need to make it a longer delay because it's all choosing the same target. So let's make a longer delay real quick. It's easy to do that though because we're just going to I should do this one. Delay 0.5 seconds. I should have known I had made this one delay that because I think I faced this exact same thing earlier that I thought, oh, that needs to be delayed a little bit. So let's switch over to that one. That's all you have to do to change the behavior out. And now glow spot 2 is going to find a new target much faster so that it won't always come down to this because this is the main target that's set. There we go. Are we happy with this impact particle? It looks the same. Well, okay, first of all, the muzzle, totally cool. I like it. Poof, poof, poof. That's a good reuse of their footstep particle. Did we not change the impact? I thought we did a different impact. It looks the same. What impact do we have on our projectile? Impact is glow spot 1. We need glow spot 2. That's why it looked the same. Do you have a sticky bomb behavior to confirm understanding of what a sticky bomb would be? Oh, this needs a bigger force. This force isn't big enough. For a sticky bomb is a bomb that sticks onto a thing and then blows up. That's something that can be made. Maybe I'll make that today. Let's see. Maybe it needs to be 5 force in a radius of 4. Oh, and we have force. That's probably the issue. We want an impulse so it's immediate. Boom. All right, now it's a little bit too much. All right, go back to 4 and go to 3. How about that? Okay. Still a little high, but that's okay because that smoke is such, you know. What is this? Okay. There you go. It's fun. We're having fun. Blowing shit up. So we do have sub-emitters. So you can have a particle spawn other or projectile spawn other projectiles. I am going to try create one that drops grenades as it goes around. All right, let's look at glow spot 3. I think that was the small green one, but let's check it out. Yeah, so this is small and green. I think we're going to make a fun new pattern for this one. So for the muzzle, I think it's fine if we just copy this one and make a version of it. That is just green, basically. Green, glow, make this glow green. Sparks, green sparks. All right. But otherwise, I think it was this fine. It's very subtle. I liked it. So then we're going to go to our spawn behavior, copy this over. Make it number 3, attach number 3 to it, and go to our projectile. Glow spot 3, make it glow spot 3. Muzzle. All right, for the impact though, what other impacts do we have? Oh, this one could be interesting. So this one's like it's sucking stuff in. So that one's interesting. I wonder, I'm going to make a duplicate of this. Let's try to play with this. Glow, can't type, spot 3 impact. This one's could be really cool. Let's load that up real quick. So I want to see if we can make it expand and then contract. And I want to get the force to go whoosh, and that's going to require an update to the project force thing, or maybe I'll make an override because it's extra complicated stuff that you don't need to complicate the original necessarily. But let's do this. I need to not cross this knee. I'm crossing my knee, and I need to not do it because that's my bad knee, and I think it's my bad knee because I would always sit with it crossed. So I need to not do that. And I didn't for years, but then I started doing it again recently. Anyway, so this is, let's see. Size over lifetime. What's it doing? How is it getting smaller rather than bigger? Because the speed is negative 8.2. All right, so let's do speed over lifetime. So we're going to make it 8 for the speed. And then, do we have speed over lifetime? Or is it velocity over lifetime that we do? Velocity over lifetime, I guess. Curve. We want all of these to be the same. Can we do all of them at once? Are we not able to do them all at once the same? I guess not. Okay, so we want it to be outward at the beginning and inward at the end. And this is only one of them. I need to do them all. So let us add that. And then we'll use the preset for all of these. All right, restart. How come it's not coming back in? Well, if we do -1 here. Well, now it's just going back in, but I want it to go out, then come back in. I thought if we went negative here, it would do exactly that. All right, so maybe that's what we need to do. That to negative. On same curve as the others. Restart. There we go. But how come it didn't go that far? What if we do 0? Restart, probably nothing. Yeah. All right, so the speed is going to be 8. Maybe it needs to be a lifetime of 2. Why does it just... Where's 0? 0 is right here in the middle-ish. There's 0. There's the middle. That's pretty much it. But it then stops right there. Are we limiting velocity? We are. Let me try that. That's still not doing it. Color over lifetime. Is it disappearing too soon? Maybe. It appears to be disappearing, but that's on most of its life. All right, well, I'll bring that back a little bit. I'm not gonna go too deep here, but I am gonna bring in another particle then. Particle parts. Which one do we want to bring in? Sparkles large. Don't loop. Start lifetime 0.3 to 1. We'll do this for 2 seconds. Restart. All right. And speed is going to be -8. Size is going to be, well, not size there. What's shape? The emission shape, I think, is what we need. Radius of 4. Restart. All right. And sphere. How do we do it from the edge of the sphere? Does that do it? No. Okay, how about this? Delete that, duplicate this, and go back to the -8 that we had here. Turn off the velocity, restart. There we go. Okay, and then if this is going for 2, let's go for 1, restart. Interesting. Start lifetime 1, start speed, size. What did I press? I pressed something. I must have pressed something. I don't know why it keeps going down. We did have the limit velocity in the other one, so restart. All right, so we're going to delay this by 1, restart, and then that will have a little extra oomph to the end. And now we need more of them, though. I'm not happy with the count on either of these. More cowbell. All right, now we'll see if that works. All right, so that's 3. See, I almost crossed my knee again. Gotta not do that. All right, collision behavior. Make this number 3. Assign it. And let's see what it looks like before we move on. So we go to our particle or projectile. The 2 words are too similar. Go to our muzzle 3 and impact for glow spot 3. Press play. Explodes after a delay. Whoops, wrong button. All right, let's fix that. That's not quite right. Impact. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be too. So there's that. Size, emission, shape. Make this 4. And size over lifetime. No. Velocity over lifetime. So we're going to make this drop down faster. Is one of these off center? That's weird. That is strange. All right, we're going to delete that. I still feel like we're missing a little something. It's a bubble. Let's bring in this bubble. See what that looks like. All right, let's make this emission size bigger or shape bigger. Radius. All right, delay this by 1. It's still kind of weird, so I don't like it. I like it 1 bit. I need a flash. Do we not have a flash? We need something with a flash. There's a flash. Let's turn those off. What is this by itself? All right. What if we delay this by 1? What if we delay this by 1.5? There we go. That looks nice. All right. Keep that. Now, check it out real quick. All right. That's fine. I like the look of it. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make a script update. If we look at the impact, we have our project force, and it's going to project. It's got a lot of options. It's a good amount of options, but what it doesn't have is an animation curve. And so we're going to make an override of this called project force on curve with curve, a curve. And this is going to be an override of this. Let's make sure that these are all virtual. Protected virtual. Because I feel, is it a little arrogant to say that my script is perfect and it never needs to be modified by anyone, right? Because most likely not, right? So by making them protected, I'm inviting people to make their own modifications. I want people to do that. All right. That should be good. So now what are we going to override? Well, first we're going to do, gosh, is it just giving me my whole script? Is the AI just magic? Is that what it was trying to do? And now I stopped it, so it's upset with me. Let's create new, we'll move that, and then we'll see. Okay, AI, do your thing. Okay, I'll start it off. Curve settings, animation curve. 0, 0, 1 to 1. Sure. Okay, we got our override for our impulse modifier. Active time probably needs to be made protected. What else do we need, AI? Base update. That's the same, isn't it? Isn't it the same? Let's bring these next to each other so we can see. Delay met. Yeah, we don't need to do any of that. We just need to make sure that our the impulse multiplier. But wait a minute, I think that's wrong. The impulse multiplier is only used once because if it's impulse or velocity change, then we use base force times impulse multiplier. Otherwise, it's that. But if it's impulse, it only happens once. And I believe we see that here. Yeah, if it's impulse or multiplier and the active time is greater than 0, then we return. So impulse multiplier has nothing to do with the curve. Note, don't use impulse or velocity change because you can't. So what we really need to do when we're doing the force, apply force, number of colliders. This is the thing, is apply force. We are adding force this frame is what we need. So this is the thing we're going to override. So it's going to be public override float force this frame. Force, do the evaluation. For this one, we're saying don't use impulse, so we're ignoring the impulse multiplier. But we will do the time times delta time, and that is that. But we will say here, actually, let's do this on enable. So we're going to do protected override void on enable. And we're going to do the base on enable because I'm not actually changing that code, but I want to say if the force mode is equal to impulse or velocity change, then are not supported with curves. Changing to force. Oh, that's nice. That's nice of me. I am going to invert this though. There you go. That way, if somebody does accidentally do that, it'll still work the way they probably expected it to work. I'm guessing. So let's do that. Project force with curve. We'll keep the same speed. So we're going to do force 10, not directional, 6, duration. What is it? I think probably 3 seconds. All right. And the curve. This is the thing. This is the thing here. So we're doing force 10. So it goes out, it's going to come in, then go out again. So we're going to start at 1. We're going to end here at -1. Are we able to just type this in? Or do we just have to drag it down? Bring it all the way over. All right. And then, wait, no, we're not going to end it. Oh, I realized, sorry, you can't see all that. We're not going to end at -1. We're going to end higher, but in the middle, we're going to go down to -1. So we need another key. All right. So this is going to be back up here. Make it a little lower than that. I don't know exactly where it has to bottom out, but I think if I remember, so we'll try this. I'm going to just eyeball it. We'll take that curve and let's see if it works. We do need to remove this one though. We don't want it to do it twice. Save, press play, see if that works. Doesn't appear to have worked, right? So let's check the math with a debug log. And we're going to say return or debug.log frame force is that. Okay. Make sure everything's working. No. It did not. Look at that. It stayed positive the entire time. Okay. Let's make sure that curve value equals that debug.log curve value. Let's check the curve value. Curve value is always positive. That's ridiculous. I disagree with that. Oh, did I not bring this down? Did I lose my key? I didn't bring it down. How do we adjust the key? Ah, edit key. There we go. Value, -1. There we go. So right click. Is it not able to go to -1? Am I mistaken? It says -1. Does this doesn't go down though? Did it ever? Yeah. And then the force was that. Interesting. So I think the issue could be that we're just not going down fast enough. Force builds up over time, so I guess in that way you have to negate it pretty fast. Maybe what we can do is make the force even bigger, say 20, and have the curve start at 0.5, 0.5. All right. Doesn't feel like it gets sucked in at all, even though it does appear to be going negative, and the force in the frame is negative. What if we go even bigger and, whoops, wrong button, and we go to this and edit this key, say -3. Let's go big. No, not -0.3. -3. Hugely down. Does not appear to be sucking it in at all. Let's make sure the rest of the code is right. Force debug.log. Well, no, I have to do that per collider. Debug.log should have applied force outward of force this frame. Let's just make sure it's doing that. Remove these two now. I wonder what's going on. What if we edit this key and say 0 at 0. I thought I'd put that 0.5 and it was no longer 0.5. That is, whoops, that is weird, right? Why isn't it working? It looks like the negative values are definitely there. It ramps up to a negative value and then it comes to a positive value. I don't have any other impacts on here, do I? Force with curve is the only one. Oh, that's why. Well, this has been frustrating this whole time. It's because I used another impact. And I forgot I've already added force to all the impacts. And this one had an impact of force on it. So now we'll get a completely different result, I think. Let's see. Yep. So we still, now it's just nothing going on. So let's see. Let's load it back up and we will redo this to be 1 at the start, edit key, back to 1, and see what that does. Because we want it to actually explode things a little bit first. All right, so it's not enough. So let's up the ante to 80. Quadruple the force. Huh. That's weird. How come it's going back and forth? Again, just check. Oh, we should remove this. We don't need that to destroy itself either. Applying force outward, an area radius of 6. Okay. Whoa. All right, once things break, it seems to do its job. So it needs a lot of force, basically. That's what it's looking like. The 3 times negative looks about right. So we're going to do 180 and make this not 3 times. So edit key, we'll make it maybe negative 1.2. I'm just guessing. And we still have to think about the timing. I want to break it up and then bring it, but it's not even breaking it up. Why is it? That's weird. Let's see. All right, let's try even bigger. We're going to say 250 and make this -1. How come it didn't seem to save it? Look at that. Edit key, -1. Save it. Now it's -1. It didn't save it before. That's like the 3rd time that's happened. It's weird that it's not blowing them apart. That time it kind of worked. All right. What we need then is to add it 1 more time. Add a key here. I'm going to keep it down. And then we're going to go immediately up to 2 times the force at the end. And it didn't change. Why didn't it change? All right, that time it did. Okay, so the outward force needs to happen faster for that to match the particles. So we will put that there. And we will put this here. And then we'll bring this down here. So reduce it near the end. Okay. Save. I think if I hit save while that's open, it seems to work. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I think it can go a little bit faster. What do you think? I think we can also go up to maybe 350 and make this happen a little sooner. We're going to delete this key. Actually, we'll keep this force down here. Keep it low. So we'll keep that force until we instantly change it. Did it hold? Did not. I don't know why. All right, it looks like it did that time. My knee, don't cross your legs. Ah, that's a little better. Boom, boom, boom. All right, still has to happen faster. Still has to happen faster. So we're going to move this here, move this here, and then make that go kind of instantly down like that. Save. I think it saved. It looks like it saved. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. All right, that was a little bit cleaner. There you go. Yep, now it's matching with that cloud. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Oh yeah, it looks really nice when it hits this. The flying one, I guess. Yeah. All right. I accept that. All right. Number 3 is good. Let's remove this debug. 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 Debug, 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 debug. What's all this? Oh. Damn. Well, yep. Explode, implode, then explode again, to be specific. But it works now, so there you go. So now we have a version of the force that has a curve. Don't have to use it. Use the version without that if you don't want it. So I think adding that as an override in a separate class is a good way of decomplexing it. I mean, honestly, I could have made this a more basic class just for just basic force, but I think this is the basics. It's the basics already. So, all right, what was the 4th one? I think all 3 of those are good enough for movies. We got a bunch of different options here. Ammo shot. All right, so this one's going to be a little bit different. All right, so ammo shot, ammo shot, ammo shot. Projectiles, ammo shot. Well, the first thing, let's look at the muzzles. I think we want to do a gunshot, but we're going to duplicate this and call this ammo shot muzzle. Ammo shot muzzle. Let's see it. Restart. Very simple. All right, we'll go with that. Is there a light on that? Was there a light on that? There is a light, and it's on. Do we have our fade light? We do. Fade light, so we'll fade that light. And next is impact. That's right. Impact. I think one of these explosions should be fine, but probably smaller is my guess. Artillery sounds big. So how about this one, but smaller? Like if we create a sphere here, that's 1. So this explosion's quite big. So we're going to make it smaller. Where's size? Start size. Emission. Shape, rather. Radius is 1. Which one is the one that's big? Is it this one? That goes big or goes home? Let's turn these off and see what's. No, this is the big one. Why is it? Start size 0 to 4. So start at 0 to 1. All right, that's definitely smaller. Then what are we doing? Shape radius is 1. That seems fine. Size over lifetime goes to size 4. Let's handle that. Restart. All right, good. And so we're going to bring this into a smaller radius, shape of 0.1. There we go. Tighter thing. Let's add the sparks. Too many sparks. Too big sparks. Duration is going to be shorter. Lifetime of 0.5 to 1. And then we're not going to limit the velocity. Let them go out. Make it shorter lifetime, 0.2 to 0.4. All right, and then size over lifetime, we're going to start at 1 instead of 4. And speed, where's our speed? Ooh, 1 to 20. How about 1 to 4? There we go. And fire, too big. My guess is their size is set to 4. 5 even. Ooh. Restart. There we go. But that's, I don't even know if we need the fire for this. This is going to be, gunshots are going to go fast. So I don't think we need the fire. We'll do that. The impact is going to be impulse. We're going to do a smaller impulse in a directional. Or maybe we'll do an 8 in a direction, an area, a radius of just 1 and a radius of 30, so, or angle of 30. So 30 degrees, 1 meter forward is where it's going to get that. We can actually go 2 meters forward. How about that? So we have our explosion 1. We're going to do our collision behavior. What do we call it? Ammo shot. Ammo shot impact. And make this ammo shot. What did I call it? Did I just call it ammo shot? Is that? Nope. Impact. Did I call it the right thing? Uh-oh. Did I save this by accident? I did. Oops. All right. Well, I'm still going to duplicate it. I thought I had duplicated it, but I guess I didn't. Ammo shot impact. All right. Now we got our collision behavior, ammo shot impact, and change it to ammo shot. Shot impact. All right. And our projectile itself for ammo shot gets ammo shot muzzle. Did I not create a thing for that? Spawn behavior. I guess I didn't. Ooh, let me show off the cool script, actually. Delete this. So I made this script so I wouldn't have to do exactly what I'm about to do. So we go to this, go ammo shot muzzle, create, and this is in the window up here. You can also do it up here. Same deal. Create, projectile factory, shortcuts, create the spawn behavior modification. It does that for you, names it, and even selects it for you. So you don't have to select it. It just does it for you. And then you can move it to where you want it to be. So that I should have been using that because that was so much more fun to use. Ammo shot impact, ammo shot muzzle, and now spawn behavior, we want this to be super fast, so 200. I think I would need to add a trail to it as well. Move forward, and the machine gun, let's change this to be 3 shots fast. All right, and let's just see. I think I need to, I want to add a trail. Ooh, that seems too fast. It's producing a shit ton of them. All right, maybe not 3 shots fast. Maybe normal 3 at 10 degrees. Oops, wrong one. Maybe we'll just keep it as the normal machine gun. Well, yeah. Maybe it's just better as a machine gun. But let's add those trails to it. If we go to our projectile itself, we can just add a trail directly to it. Particle parts, smoke trail small. We'll add that there and move this and just see what it looks like. Is this not emission over distance? Too big. Size over lifetime. I see what they're using that trick a lot to make the size go bigger. All right, and let's make a little bit more over distance. There we go. Let's see if that works. I think that should just do it. It's not doing it. Why didn't it do it? I was hoping it would. Maybe it needs to be on this. Yeah, because I guess the ammo itself isn't moving. The object isn't. It's the parent that's moving, I guess. And maybe it needs to be get its parent's motion. Nope, that's not happening either. All right, let's do a different tactic. Copy it. Paste it here. So now it itself is the thing. Huh. Why isn't it going? What am I missing? What am I missing here? We are looping. Let's pre-warm it. Emission is over distance. All right. That should work. What are we missing? Does anyone know what we're missing? I don't know. What if we just add a smoke trail to it? Would it work then? Yeah, I don't know either, Tech Dave. Do I have... Does it need a different component on it to know that it's moving? Let's see. Smoke trail has nothing on it. But if I load up It's not that. If I load up the ammo shot and we move this, it does indeed seem to work. And if I make it a child of the ammo, it doesn't see. Whoops, nope. And then the ammo moves, it doesn't work. Why is that? I don't know. Let me see. Impact mode rigid body. There we go. That's it, I bet. No? No? Emitter velocity mode. Transform. That sounds like when the transform is moving, then it would emit. There we go. That's it. All right, so go back here, delete this, go to our original one, and change that to be transform. Is there no rigid body? There's a rigid body on this, so I'm not sure why it's not picking that up, but nonetheless. Oh, maybe because it's not moving with velocity. There we go. So now we got this. Now that trail is a little bit too, I don't like it. Plus, you can only see it in one direction. Every time I say one direction, I think, you don't know you're beautiful. You know? Not mean. So that's not going to work. That's not going to work one bit. All right, let's look at Fireball. Delete this. What does Fireball look like? All right, it's got a trail. We will save that. So prefab unpack completely. Let's save the trail, turn off the rest, make the trail 0, 0, 0. Ammo shot. Now when we move the ammo, trail doesn't move. Transform. When we move the ammo, still can't see the trail. Maybe we'll do it live, but this is that. So a couple things we can modify about this is the embers. We can remove that. For this, we will say color over lifetime. Let's bring this opacity down a ton because we want it to be very not visible. See, you bring it down a ton and it's still very visible. Size over lifetime, we will keep this down low, small. We want a small size to 1. Maybe, we'll see. What did I do? Is that too small now? So then we'll do the start size is going to be 1 to 1. What am I missing? What did I change? Because now it's not doing anything. Do I have to restart it? Oh, there it is. All right, that's probably good enough. And then this whole velocity over lifetime, let's just turn that off. Nope, that's not doing it. What's it doing? Is it gravity modifier? Yeah, they used gravity modifier to make it go up. There we go. We'll do that. And let's stick it out from the back. And we will save it. And press play. See ya, Corey. Or Dave, Tech Dave. I hope everything that's crap is okay. There we go. That's better. A more direct. It's still a little, it's because max particles, I bet, isn't it? Let's see. This is shooting really fast. So we're going to do two things. We're going to make the max particles 10,000. And we're going to make the duration 1. And the lifetime, we will make this 0.3 to 0.5. So it's a lot shorter and they disappear faster. So that should help there as well. There we go. Still looks like, is it just the angle? Or what is it about these that they don't always come up? If we hit something and they don't happen, then they don't See that? It's something to do with the way the particle's set up. I mean, I like the shot itself, but the I'm not sure why that's happening. Oh, I see what's happening. It's being destroyed right away. So we can fix that. This is where, cross my knee, I need to not do that. This is where the one of the other destroy things come in. Right now we are destroy on trigger or collision. We can do that with a 5-second delay. So if you ever have trails or anything that you want to stick around, you can do that. Now the problem is it's still moving. So we want to turn off or toggle. Did we not have a, let me see. I thought I had a script to toggle something on collision. Let me load this, open this up again. Helper. Turn on object on collision helper. Turn off on collision. Okay, that's why I was looking for. On collision helper. And this is where you call this. And now on collision, it's going to do something. And so what's it going to do? Turn off on collision. It's going to turn this off on collision. But we need to move that up there. So it turns that off on collision, and that's that. So I think I need to rename on collision helper. And let's check the script, make sure. Yeah, so it's going to event function on collision enter, on trigger enter, on collision exit. It's going to do all that stuff. All right, I think that does the trick. Sometimes you just need a mono behavior. Didn't seem to turn it off. Oh. You know what we need? That's not even what we need. I'll tell you what we need. We need to make another modification instead. This is good though, because the helper's fine. The helper does its job and it's fine. Nothing wrong with the helper. Let's not get mad at the help. Instead, this move forward is very simple. Local direction, move forward. But what if we want a new small little option? Just a small option. We're going to say public, say options, header options. Public bool, no, public vector 3. Vector 3. Local direction after collision equals vector 3 0, and public bool change direction after collision equals false or true. Collision options. So now it's going to do the move, but it's going to do a different thing. We're going to have a little flag here. I'm making it a little less simple than it was. Private bool collided equals false, and then okay, on return to pool reset. Thank you for doing that for me. Get from pool, we can reset it again, I guess. but we don't need to do that. What we're going to do is we need the override for on collision enter. Private override on collision enter, or collision enter. That's right, not on collision. Collision enter. That's not it. What is it? Collision enter. It's this. How come I'm not spelling it right? It's this. All this stuff. All right, just copy and paste it. Override void. What we're going to do is if we're not changed direction after collision, we'll return. Otherwise, and this, we'll do another thing here. On get from pool, we will say we're going to do a private vector3 local direction, and we're going to set this to be local direction. We're going to move this to a reset method. So here we just call reset. Much easier. That's going on get from pool reset. We don't need to reset when we return it to pool. Just from when we get it from the pool. Ooh. You know what? Let's reset. Yeah, when we on return. Rather than when we get it. Just, yeah, we'll do that. And we'll reset public. You know what? Even better. Not instead. Override void on disable. Disable. Projectile. Reset. That will do it on the pool, or if it gets turned off by any other means. All right. And then calculate local direction. And then we're going to return this instead for that. All right. And this is a method just in case someone wants to override it and make something more complicated. Let's see if this works. So now, yeah, move forward is just moving forward, but afterwards we stop moving forward as a default. So you could make it move backwards. You can make it move to the side. You could write an override to make it move chaotically. Oh, what's it doing here now? Now it's not moving at all. That's not right. Equals true. Let's see. Tick, move, moving. Local direction, we need an on enable. So public override void enable. All right, we'll reset on enable rather than on disable. How about that? Should be the same effect in the end, I think. I don't see why not. Still not working right. Instead, we're just producing them. They don't move forward at all. What did I miss? Local direction equals local direction. Reset. Debug.log reset. Okay. Calculate local direction. Local direction is used where? Right down here. Translate that. Times speed times delta speed. Thing self. That should be right. Debug.log. Oh my gosh. Local direction is local direction. What did I miss? I missed something. I must have missed something. Local direction is 0. Did we ever reset? We did not reset. We never did on enable. On spawn. What is the spawn method? I forget. There's so many different methods that you have to choose from. We have all of these on launch, not spawn, on launch. All right. There we go. So now it's being stopped. The one that got through went through a hole in the wall. There we go. Wow, 73,000 debug logs. Crazy. So now the thing here is that we did is we said, okay, stop moving, but don't destroy yourself for 5 seconds. Where's my projectile again? Synty projectiles, ammo shot. Yeah, so destroy on trigger, but 5 seconds from now. And then the move forward is going to do that. Now, destroy on trigger, this is not going to have the movement issue because it's not a movement thing. It's a behavior thing. So we're good there. Okay, so we got this, we got this, we got this. Next one is grenade 3. So this one, this is where you could make it a sticky grenade, I suppose. Maybe I'll do that on my own time, though, and pass. So what we're going to change is a couple things about this. I'm going to use the same... where is it? Grenade. Did I just call it grenade 3? Yeah, let me rename these while I'm at it. Meat eater. We're just going to call this grenade. I'm going to simplify the names. In fact, I'm going to simplify these two. Glow spot 1, glow spot 2, and that will also remind me which ones have been done. Glow spot 3. All right. Do. Make sure I don't not do that. So this one is going to have gravity enabled, and it's going to have a speed of 20. Maybe 40 is okay. Let's see. Machine gun is fine. My printer just made a noise for no reason at all. For the sparks, we're not going to do sparks. We're going to do the ammo shot. That's the muzzle for that should be fine. So it's not going to move forward. We're going to do another spawn behavior, and it's going to be simple physics velocity. So at spawn, it's going to give it physics velocity, which means we can remove the move be forward. Still going to destroy it on collision. We're going to remove the hit detector with the raycast, and instead we're going to add a sphere collider to it. And the explosion will be, well, I just don't know. But not that. Let's duplicate this and make a version of this. Grenade impact. I've been calling them all impact. So let's set that up first real quick before I forget. Grenade. Fireworks grenade impact. There we go. And the grenade impact is going to be this, which we're going to change to grenade impact. So go back to our collision behavior. Grenade impact gets grenade impact. I guess I should have done it the other direction and used my cool script. It's okay. All right. What does this look like? This is the one we modified, so. All right, so let's make the fire grow a little bit more. Start size 1 to 2, 1 to 2. All right. And the force on this impulse 8 in a radius of 2 and not in a direction. Okay, we'll do that. 10 now. I made it 10. Let's see what it looks like. That was pretty quick to change it, right? I think we need to make it less of a oh wow, the impact's too big. And the impact, let's make the impact maybe 6. And the projectile itself, I'm going to change the speed from 40 to 20. Very easy to change this stuff out. There we go. Oh, and we need to change this, the speed of the, right now we're on the fast machine gun. We're in machine gun slow. That way we can still hold it down, but it's not going to be spawning them like crazy. There we go. Now this is an opportunity for area damage too. How do I do area damage? I've done this before. I have it set up already. What was it? Was it a behavior? I think it was a behavior. Let's see. Area damage on collision 2 meters. There you go. All this does, area damage on collision, is a special script. It's for the demo because since it's dealing with damage is something that's unique to your project. I don't know what your damage system is going to be like, so you have to make it unique. But, so it's a demo. It's a projectiles demo, not just projectiles. But basically on trigger enter or collision enter, it says cause damage or position. It just is an overlap sphere. Gets every collider in there, and then registers a hit on them. That's all. Very simple. So now you can see it turn pink when we get within 2 meters of it. We'd change it to 1 meter probably, but 2 meters is fine for demo purposes. Interesting. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so that's going. That's working. Oh, I should have looked at the next one. Making headway here. Grenade. FX sphere. Oh, this is just the rock one. So, I think we will do a couple of these things. It's just a random sphere. It was literally just a mesh in their package, and I was like, let's use this. So we're going to call this a small rock. And I already know that I want this speed to be 40, but I want this to be the chaotic. Fast chaotic direction. Go with one we already have. Yeah, we'll just do that. Move forward. That's fine. We will use gravity, however. Destroy, yes. Raycast hit detector, no. We will use a standard boring old sphere collider. And for our we use muzzle 2, was it? Was muzzle 2 the one that goes poof, I think? And for the collision, well, let's make a new one for this. We're going to copy. I just want smoke, basically. So Impacts, we're going to copy the ammo shot impact. We're going to call this small rock impact. And then quickly load it up. Take away the sparks. Save that. Small rock impact. Use our fancy shortcut to do this one, and then move that to our collision behavior. And change our small rock fireworks to small rock impact. All right, let's see how this works. There we go. So it spits some chaos. I think I'm going to need to make a slower version of this. I like the chaos, but yeah, too much, so too fast. So where's our machine gun fast chaotic? We're going to call this machine gun. Whoops. What's going on? Just chaotic direction. So we will change our time between shots to 0.1 or 0.15. So where are you with 0.2? So 5 shots a second. Chaotic direction. And then go out to our projectile. I'm going to make custom editors for the projectiles, and they're going to be really cool. So they're not going to look like this. They're going to look cooler than this. And they're going to have little icons and little messages about what each thing does. Oh yeah, this is what I was doing. Just chaotic direction. There we go. That's better. Honestly, those smokes can be made even smaller, I think. If we make not smaller rather, but rather the color, the opacity doesn't have to start so high, and it can certainly go smaller faster. I think that would be fine. There you go. That's better. It matches everything else better. Perfect. What was the next one? Do we have a laser one yet? Small rock meteor. All right, so this is going to be a big one. So we're going to do a few things to the meteor. Let's look at our projectile. And open this up. For this itself, scale on enable. So we're going to scale it to 111, but we're going to start it lower. So it's going to take just 0.2 seconds to scale. But at the start, we're going to start at 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, so that it doesn't be huge right out of the little barrel. It's going to be better that way, I think. Everything else on this is probably okay for the look of it, but we are going to make this a slower one. So machine gun slow. Speed, we'll make it 40. Keep it at 40. We're gonna change those two things, but we want to home in. This is gonna be a homing one on target, but again, we're gonna do a delay this time, 5-second delay, and do a find new target with a 5-second delay as well. So it's gonna move forward for 5 seconds before finding a new target and then homing in on it. We just need to change the what it does on the collision and the muzzle. And both of those, I'm going to quickly make new ones because I think we want to do cannon shot. Let's duplicate that. And I think it's the cannon shot I want to do. So it's going to be meteor muzzle. I think this is the one. Let's see. Yeah. Restart. Yeah, we'll do that one. But what I didn't like is this back bit. I think that is that. No, not that. It's the smoke. Okay. So the smoke must have the shape maybe, or the speed. Yes. Okay. So the speed is, some of the speed was -7. There we go. So now it's all forward. Okay, we'll save that. And then for the impact, let me, meteor muzzle, will create our shortcut to spawn behavior modification. And then for the impact, we want a big one, not that one, this one. So duplicate that and make this, whoops, meteor impact, load it. Yeah, we want to use the light. Heck yes. Make it red. Light, or fade light. Whoops. Fade it very quickly. Make some shadows. Let's see, the flash is going to be bright red. Well, actually here with white because we want to do color over time. And we will start it out as color red. Or we can do this one. In fact, I'll just use that. Restart. Okay. And we have some smoke blast maybe. Color over lifetime. That's already doing something. Is it just the smoke? What is just this part? That's just that part. Okay. So it's probably the smoke. Color, let's start at red. There we go. And there we go. Save that. How are we on? Force is 12, radius is 8, so a big force. Impulse, there you go. Create a shortcut for the spawn on impact. And then our projectile for meteor can be updated to have the meteor muzzle and the meteor impact. And press play. I think this is a pretty snazzy way to set up particles. Are they gonna... Maybe 5 seconds is too long. Oh, there it is. Come back. That first one took a while. So maybe 5 seconds is too long. Let's do a little less on those. We're going to make a new version of this. Delay 3 seconds. And maybe we'll up the angle a little bit on these as well. Just for funsies. And so change this to the 3 seconds. And then the other one, it can still be a 5 seconds to find the new target. Basically, this is the target. This front one is the target that it starts with. It's just set. So it's going to want to come back to that. But then it's going to find a new one. So you kind of saw it do that for a brief second. When it came back, it was gunning for this. And then all of a sudden it goes, wait, I found a different one. And let me go to that one instead. So because I don't like that behavior, though, I'm going to make a 3 second one. So you just have to change this start search delay to 3. Now it's 3 seconds, and you can change all those things. You can even call them to say, don't seek new targets, and you can assign a target and all that good stuff. So you can create a magic spell like Neo that stops them, change their target, and starts them again. You could do that. That's not that difficult once this is done. Once you're all set up with this, and this is all set up. So our meteor is going to be the 3-second version of this now. And then the other thing was this muzzle was something was off with that. Did you notice that? I did. This was not in world space. Something wasn't in world space. I think it was the smoke. Yes. World space for the smoke. That, I believe, was probably an error on their part, because smoke is almost always going to be world space because it doesn't move with things, right? So that was probably an error in the package. See, now we can move and the smoke doesn't move. All right, so one thing that I did want to check on the home in on new targets. Where is it? It's down these ones. It's general, I believe. Not scripts. Generic behaviors. Find new target. Do I have an options? I don't have options for choosing the target. So, close tabs and group. All right, let's use the AI for this because I can do it myself, but instead we're going to use the AI. Let's add an enum for target selection, and with random closest to spawner, closest to projectile, and custom. So the idea for custom is going to be, if you choose that, you're going to have to write your own script. But that way, if you do make an inheriting class from this, you can just write your own custom script and say, I'm just going to go with the custom, and you don't have to change the enum. So we'll add this up here. And then we wants it out here. Okay, that way it's part of projectiles, and not this class. And so yeah, we need the target selection. We can put that right here. All right, and then it's nice that it says, as you asked, I did that, but it doesn't affect the logic. Reminder, you have to update the logic. So search for new target. So we're going to do a protected override void custom target or virtual. We'll set that up. Where's the new target? Find closest target in radius. So this is, we're going to change this to be protected virtual void get target, and if target selection equals closest to projectile. We'll do that. Find closest target in radius to the projectile. So I guess we need to pass the projectile to this. We'll pass to that too. So it's going to be get target. Oops. And what does this one pass? A game object. Okay. All right, so we have that, and then so this is going to be the default as well. And we're going to say debug.log custom target is selected, but this class is not yet overridden. So we will default to the closest target to the projectile. If you want to use a custom target, you must create a new class that inherits from there you go. Hint, hint, hint. And in the end, we will just return that to as a fallback, even though it shouldn't happen like that. So we got two others, closest to spawner and closest to random. And here's the dealio. If we look at the get target and we look at the find closest, this is where we get this overlap sphere. And so this has to be moved out to its own thing. So we're going to move this to its own thing and say protected virtual void, or not void, collider. Get colliders in range. And pass the projectile along with it. And returning that, make it an expression bodied method. And oops, and then instead of doing this, we're just going to call get colliders in range projectile. And then we'll do that. But instead of even doing this, we're going to pass in colliders, and then up here we will get this and pass into each of these our colliders. There we go. That way we only have to change that once. We only call it once in one place. We don't call it anywhere else, but we use it in all these various ways. Hold on, I gotta turn this heater on. Let me write back to this guy real quick. All right. What was I doing? I got sidetracked now. Oh yeah, colliders. All right, so that's the fallback. All right, so we need closest target in radius. We can actually update this one to be that's weird. It's supposed to be ignoring the spawner. All right. Oh, interesting. That actually changes something. I say get colliders in range to the projectile, but we actually need to ask if it's the projectile or the source transform. So source transform, and then we're going to make this position, or actually we'll just say vector 3 source position, and make that. So the position search area, and then here we will say if closest to projectile, or we'll say if it's closest to spawner, then the projectile dot spawner projectile spawner, whoops, projectile spawner dot position spawn position transform dot position, I guess, or projectile. So we're gonna again default to the projectile position. If it's to spawner, there we go. Why is it now? Oh, because we still need to pass the projectile. And now what's it saying? Replace with true. What is going on? Do we need parentheses? Why is it? Oh. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah, I messed up. Went up. All right. If target selection is that, there we go. That's better. All right. So we get colliders in range. Rah, rah, rah. All right. Now we are again our closest to projectile, closest to spawner. We are again the colliders in range. I guess it doesn't really matter now which one we go with, right? Or target selection dot closest to spawner. I thought we could do a pattern there, but I guess not. What was the pattern? Merge into pattern. Isn't that exactly what I just typed? Oh, I didn't say is. Okay, so if it's that or that, then we'll do that. Otherwise, if it's random, then we will simply return. Hey, it's going to give this to me, I bet. Random range, yep. Otherwise, null. There you go. All right, that should work. Now, let's change this. Find new target. Let's go down to our generic behaviors. We're going to do find new target random and make that random. For these others, we will make it closest to the projectile. All right, and which one we're working on? Working on the meat eater. Find new target. Random. All right, let's see if that does any tricks. So we should see them finding different targets. Rather, oh, it found me. See, it's not supposed to find me. As the target. I feel like that was supposed to be a 3D movie just there. So the let's make sure I set that up right. This is the actor that it's finding. It's also the projectile spawner. It's supposed to ignore it if it's the projectile spawner of the projectile. And it's ignoring itself. What's it looking for? Let's see. Is it collision mask? So the collision mask is right. It's taking the projectile's collision mask. So, okay. I'm not sure. It's not that big of a deal. Maybe? Is it a big deal? I don't know. What one's after meteor? Fire. All right. But I'm going to take a break. So this is good. We've done a lot of good work, but there's more to be done. This one, yeah, we need to figure out what all those are. But I like ammo shot. Just straight up guns is always nice. I like this one because it does a cool little thing. And it's like really chaotic on the force. The force is really awakened here. So that's fun. This one's fun. This one's fun. They're all fun. They're all fun. All right. I'm going to take a break. So that means I'm leaving the stream. By taking a break, I mean I'm leaving. So thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you all have a great night and a wonderful Thursday. See ya.